Chris Lee, and this is my 1991 BMW E30 M3. This car is also known as the bubble car because it has a internet legendary status, if you will. So the reason I have this car is very interesting. So in 2004, I was looking for a BMW and I happened to buy a red 318 Ti hatchback that has its own internet presence too. But at that time, that was a much cheaper car. This car was on the market at the same time, and I think they were asking $47,000, which was crazy for that time. But the reason why it was so expensive, this was a 100-point concours car at that time because a gentleman named Gary Bozert bought this car to prove that anybody could do concours. So he bought the car, cleaned it, went to shows, and basically won all these awards and said, hey, look, I did it. They wrote articles about that in BMW Roundel, and he basically proved his point. So this Gary Bozert guy, a very influential BMW CCA guy on the East Coast, sold it off. A young kid supposedly bought it, took it to the track and said, it's too slow. So he proceeded to put a 2.5 liter Evolution motor in there, which is a very tasteful mod. He did that. It kind of went on to several different owners. EAG, European Auto Group that sells all those high-end BMWs, they had this car in their collection at one point. What happened was the owner of EAG had a 14,000 mile car that was stock. No, he had this car, I'm sorry. And the previous owner had a 14,000 mile stock car, but Eric at EAG wanted the stock car, so they did a swap. And this previous owner happens to be the owner of Celsius energy drinks. And so I got lucky. At the beginning of 2024, he put it up on Facebook and said, this is the price of the car. This is going to someone who's gonna enjoy it, drive it, and is an enthusiast, and we're not gonna do like the BAT thing. And so when I saw it, I'm like, that price is too good to be true. You can't build it, because I happen to be building 2 more of these, and I knew that you would put way more money. So thankfully, I knew enough people that vouched for me that I was actually gonna be the lucky next owner. And so here's the car, it's very beautiful. Things that I have done, in my eyes, to improve it. The interior is a full OEM BMW Evolution Sport interior that I happened to come across again on Facebook. It's kind of one of those things where if you don't get it now, you'll never get it. So, you know, some people might call it blasphemy to gut a very pristine black leather interior, but I think it looks a lot better the way it is. Now, another interesting fact is that red BMW that I had bought in 2024, that car is also owned by Gary Bozert. So for some weird reason, I have 2 of this gentleman's cars. That guy passed away, unfortunately, 2 years ago. But that's kind of the circular story, I guess you will, about this car. So I feel really fortunate that I was able to get it, and it's, you know, in my garage.